Alright guys, so video number 5, we've done the whole process on how we got calories, what calories are, what macros are, what your calorie intake needs to be. We know what a no day looks like too now. Now we need to know what a high day looks like as well, okay? So, high day, remember we got our calories up here, okay? High day here. Remember, high day is a high carb day, so we need to calculate our protein, calculate our carbs, and calculate our fat. So I'll be a little bit bigger here, okay? So on this one, right? So remember, protein typically stays about the same. So we're going 45%, okay? Carbs now are going to be a little different because this is a high day, okay? So we want higher carb intake. This is going to be 30%. Once again, some people can intake a little more carbs, but this is a pretty good number for most of you guys to start with. As this 30 days starts going on, we'll have to adjust that number just a little bit per each individual, okay? So up or down. All right. So and then our last number is fat. All right. 15% in fat. Okay. So I know you guys are probably looking at me like, Grant, the math doesn't equal 100%. Okay. That's understandable. Okay. It's not supposed to. The reason being why is we are now looking at starch carbs. All right, so that's 30% of starch carbs. All right, ideally we want to try to do as many carbs as we can in the starch base. Okay, so how you'll know how to calculate this is the easiest thing to do is when you go to put stuff in MyFitnessPal, put in all your starch carbs first, and don't worry about adding your greens. Okay, because you're talking about there's about a 10%. We're missing 10% here. Okay. In greens. Okay? So once again, these numbers here, we plug in to hit those numbers in MyFitnessPal. Then down the road, we can either add, after we do all that and we're right at where we need to be, we can then add vegetables. Okay? So add your meat, add your carbs, then go from there. All right? So 45%. Okay, once again, we saw before 45% was equals 668. 668. We're dividing it by 4, which gives us still 167. Okay? So 167. I'm going to move this over here. Okay? So carbs, 30% is what we want. So 0.30. Okay? That gets us at 445 calories. Okay? So we take that number now, we're going to divide that number by 4 as well, okay? All right, so with that number we get 111 is what we get. Okay? So 111, 167, and then we're on to our fat, which is 15%. Okay, out of that 15%, what that gives us is that gives us 222, okay? We're going to divide that, remember, by 9. Okay, not by 4, by 9. Okay, so we divide it by 9. Okay, and that's going to give us our fat content, which is 24 grams of fat. Okay, so there you guys go. Okay, that is a high day. All right, so our protein, 167 grams. Our carbs, 111 grams. Our fat is 24 grams. Okay? That right there is our high day. All right? Remember, greens are a little extra. Okay? These are the numbers. Now, what the issue you're going to run into with MyFitnessPal is when you go to log this, all right, you're not going to be able to change these macros. So you're going to have to look at the actual numbers on the bottom of the chart. Our high days, we don't do that often, so it's not going to be as big of a deal. All right? So I tell everybody in your MyFitnessPal, plug in your no carb day that we did a second ago, all right? And then on your high days, unless you have the premium app, you pay the additional money to get the upgraded version, which isn't necessary, but if you want to, go ahead. When you do your high day, you're going to just look at the numbers here and here, and you're going to manually think about it. Don't look at the pie chart, okay? If you look at this big pie chart thing that they have in there, and you get it to where it meets where it says 45, and it says 30 here, and you get it to say 15 here, okay? Those aren't going to be, that doesn't mean that these numbers are in there. Okay? That just means based off of what you have at that current time, percentage-wise it fits there. And honestly, it's missing 10%. So there's probably some food somewhere else. It's actually you're not gonna be able to get that because it's not 100%. One of these is gonna be higher, 10% higher. Okay? So don't go off the pie chart. Go off the actual macros on the MyFitnessPal chart. Okay? So guys, there's number 5. So how do we put that all together? How do we make that into a cycle? What does a cycle even mean? So we're going to go through how to now apply that into a carb cycle pattern to fit what you guys are looking to do, which is drop body fat, drop inches, leaner, toner look, all right, and get a chance at that money, okay? So there you guys go. There's number 5. Check out number 6.